my lovelies, and welcome to Where the Road Rises, Law, Lessons, Legacy. With me, your host, Eileen Curlin-Walsh. Legacy is the heart of our show today. We all have an important legacy to leave, story to tell. What I have learned from many years of people helping them write their last will and testament is that everyone's life is valuable and everyone's story needs to be told. Through our stories, we connect and learn and heal and celebrate this amazing life, passing wisdom down through the generations. I believe it is as important to leave your wisdom to your family, friends, community, and the world as it is to leave your wealth. Our guest, Leo Bialek, is the perfect embodiment of a life well lived, and he will share his stories, his secrets to long life and happiness at 102 years old with us today. Leo will summon his stories from the first pandemic when he was born, 1918, through the pandemic of 2020. He'll tell us the stories and his experience, including driving a tank in Normandy in World War II, that has shaped his own worldview. It is our privilege to welcome a man who has truly earned his place in history to our studio today. Welcome, Leo.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. So why don't you start by telling us about your family? How did you grow up? Tell us a little bit about your parents, where you lived.
My mother and father came from Poland, and I was born in South Chicago around the steel mills. 1918, November 24th, did we move from South Chicago to Bridgeport. And we lived in Bridgeport for over 50 years. And I had a 2-flat building there, and I sold it to Chinese people. And from there, I moved to 60th and Moody by the airport, and I sold that house. And then I went to 8617 Kildare, around St. Bede's Parish. I sold that house, and now my granddaughter got this house. No, I'm sorry. My daughter got this house that I got right now.
And you live right in Orland Park?
Yeah, right, Orland Park.
Here. What about your school years? What was it like going to school when you were a boy?
I went to Holden School. I went to St. Barbara's School. They closed it down. And I went to Tilden. They closed that down. They knocked it down. And that's it.
Was it boys and girls together? Was it all boys?
No, it was all boys. Tilden was all boys. But together, grammar school was boys and girls.
Was your school strict?
I beg your pardon?
Were the teachers strict with you?
Some were, some weren't. I had an all-Irish teacher, Miss Murphy, Miss O'Toole, and so on.
So they had to be wonderful,
yeah,
right?
they were wonderful. And I married an Irish woman.
Oh, I love Leo even more now than I did before. So Leo, you joined the Army after school, is that correct?
Yes.
What age?
I joined the Army when I was married. I was married when I got in the Army. I didn't join, they drafted me.
Oh.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Oh, 28 years old.
You were 28 years old and you were drafted into the Army.
I got drafted. They lost so many men in the service, Korea, Vietnam, and many other places. So they picked on married men, and I was one of them.
Yes.
I had a kid.
And you were in Normandy in World War II.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
Well, I served for a few years. This experience was this: I had to be careful what I done. Some men got shot that I was with, and some didn't. Some made it, some didn't. That's it.
Yeah. And did you develop a strong bond with the men that you were in the Army with?
Yes, I did.
So that was that your first experience of loss?
Yeah, the first
Leo?
experience of loss, yeah.
And what was the feeling like when the war was over and you were on the winning team, the winning side?
It was rough. It was rough. I had to go through a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what I done, I was just happy I made it.
Yeah. Making it through.
Yeah.
Sometimes that is a life lesson right there.
Yeah.
Just making it through when many others did not.
Yeah.
Yes. So what did you do after the war? What did you do for a living?
I went to Jewel Food. I got a job there. I had 3 jobs. I worked for a crane company 5 years, and I worked for another outfit. It'll come to my mind. I worked for Jewel for 35 years out Melrose Park. So I worked for Motorola 3 years. That's one I was telling you about. So all the people I worked with at Jewel, they're all gone.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate I'm still here.
Yes.
From the president down.
So that, Leo, has been a theme of your life. You lost comrades in the war. As we spoke earlier, you've already lost your wife, your son, your daughter. You had lost your wife, your son, your daughter.
Did, yeah.
So how have you dealt with all that loss over the years?
Well, I had to overlook many things. What I done in life, I walked, I danced, I sang, and I played harmonica, and I entertained people.
So maybe we're getting to the secret of that long life and health. So you love to dance and sing and entertain.
I love to dance and sing. I'll sing a song to you.
We'll end with a song. We'll do our questions and then we'll end with a song.
Okay.
That'll be perfect.
Okay,
My 90-year-old father always says everything should end with a dance and a song. So
Okay.
maybe there's something to this longevity
You'll
in
like
the
a
song
song.
and the dance. So that'll be wonderful. So as we said, you had a lot of loss. You had to keep going. You had to bury many of your family members.
Right.
And it's just perseverance. Is that the life lesson that you simply had to persevere? You had to keep going.
Yeah.
You had no choice.
You're right. I had to keep going.
Yeah. And what about food? If someone were to say to you, Leo, what's the secret of having a healthy mind and body at 102 years old? You are what the scientists call a super ager. What would you say?
I'll tell you what my secret was. My wife took care of me very well. She fed me good food. And we danced for 50 years. She loved to dance. We went to the Tree Down, we went to the Aragon, and we went to the Paradise and many other places where the big bands were. Most of the big bands, they're not here today. Yeah. They're gone. And I'm here.
Yeah. So that entertainment, the dance hall where everyone would go and be entertained together and dance together, I think that is a loss for our society that we don't have that. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Now you have children. Your children are.
I got grandchildren.
You have grandchildren.
Yeah.
So tell me about your grandchildren.
My grandchildren? Mm-hmm. Ken, what does the grandchildren do?
You have. Well, how about Mary Beth?
I got Mary Beth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I got. Let's see. It'll come to my mind.
And they keep you. Do they keep you young? You see them often?
Yes, they do keep me young.
Okay.
They come to the house to see me. Mm-hmm. Tommy, Mary Beth, and many other ones come to see me.
Yeah. And you said that you had a long, happy marriage, many years with your wife.
Yes,
And she fed you good food.
You're right.
Yeah.
49 years I lived with my wife. That's a long time.
Yes, yes, indeed. So as we look for those secrets of a happy life, of a healthy life, so good food, and you said also that you and your wife danced a lot, so those good food and exercise is a way to go.
Mm-hmm. When I went dancing, that was my exercise. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And she loved to dance, and I loved to dance. Mm-hmm. And we went every weekend out to dance. Mm-hmm. But now this virus going on, I can't dance anymore. I didn't dance for maybe 7, 8 months.
Yeah. So you were dancing right up until...
I was dancing here too. So anyway, whenever there was dancing on a Sunday, there was a 12-piece band. It wasn't the big bands that were there. The big bands are all gone. This is the bands that are all made up now.
Yeah, yeah.
But
and what was your favorite dance? What was your favorite
I
ballroom
waltzed,
dance?
a jitterbug, I did a cha-cha, and many other dances. And I never had any trouble dancing with women. They'd come up to me for a dance.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me. Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So Leo, what about your advice for our listeners? What advice would you give our listeners on staying happy and healthy and what life means? So we've talked about entertainment, dance, good food, the love of family. What would your advice be to stay happy for that good long life? What was the source of your happiness?
Well, I went through a lot too. I went through marriage. I went through my wife passed away. I went through my son passed away, and so on. And that's it.
Yeah, perseverance.
But I kept going. I had a lot of willpower to do what I'm doing.
Yeah, so you were able to persevere through all of...
The what?
You were able to persevere.
Yes.
Yeah, all the way through. What's your greatest achievement? What are you most proud of in your life?
Well, I was proud of my wife and my kids.
I think we see that over and over on this show, that family is at the heart of everything.
Yeah.
And how would you want to be remembered?
I beg your pardon?
How would you want to be remembered, Leo?
Well, it all depends what I want to say, okay?
Yeah.
I want to be remembered that I took care of the family. I went out a lot and had a lot of good times, and I spent a lot of money. I didn't care, but I enjoyed life. I went to Vegas quite a few times to see my wife's brother. He passed away. And I saw all of the entertainers. Frank Sinatra I saw, and many more. Singers, they're not here today. They're all gone, most of them. Tom Jones, all of them, they're gone. So anyway, I enjoyed myself going there.
So you would say to all of us, grab life by the horns and live it and enjoy it and dance and eat well and love your family.
Yeah.
Pack as much into it as possible.
What's the last one?
Pack as much into life as possible.
Well, most of my years went by, I was happy. What I done in life, I was still happy.
And you were able to get past your losses, all of those losses, and still be able to get up in the morning and find a reason to go on.
I get up every morning, and I have breakfast. I have cornflakes with bananas. Bananas got potassium. And I have 2 pork patties with a potato patty, and I have 2 boiled eggs, and I have a donut with coffee. That's my breakfast.
Oh, you like coffee.
And then for lunch, I'd eat a hot dog or a hamburger with French fries and coffee or milk. And for supper, I'd have steak or meatloaf or chicken with mashed potatoes and corn.
Oh,
That's it. I ate good.
Any beer or wine?
That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Did you drink alcohol?
I was a very light drinker. I never went out to get drunk. I drink a beer once in a while, and I take a highball once in a while. But I don't drink to get drunk.
Well, I tell you, viewers, I think there's some wonderful ingredients there. Not just for the food to eat to be healthy, but some of the ingredients for living a life, a full, complete life with happiness. And Leo promised us a song, so we are going to end our interview with a song. So take it away, Leo. Have you got a little song for us?
Yes. I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie. Millions of hearts had been broken just because those words were spoken. How do you like that?
I love it.
Yeah.
Love. So we talked about so many other ingredients and we end up with love,
Yeah.
which is perfect. Leo, it's been such an honor and a privilege to have you on the show. I have a little gift
Good.
for you.
Good.
So we are giving you from Channel 4
Oh, that's pretty.
a little ornament. It has your army boots and it has your
I'll put it on my
honors,
Christmas
service, country, and duty.
I got it up.
We also have for you a little program that I have to write your story.
Good.
So in order for you to leave those wonderful life lessons and stories about your childhood, the war, going on after all that loss, I'm going to charge Mary Beth with helping you go through this. I also have some video tutorials that go with the workbook, and it's only a little 15, 20-page story about your life to help those coming after you understand what your life is all about and what your life has to teach them. And viewers, if any of you would like to come and tell us your story, you're very welcome. If you would like to write your story down and leave it for those coming after you, we would love to share our program with you also. Just give us a call, 708-448-5169, or you can visit my website, always at Caroline Walsh Law, you'll find me, or the storytelling program is at sharemylegacy.com. So I am just so delighted that we had Leo to talk to us today, going strong at 102 years old. I just don't think we could need anything more inspirational in the middle of this pandemic than this wonderful man who was born during the first pandemic of 1918. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on Where the Road Rises. Goodbye.